What is up, guys? In today's video we have another Inside the Mind style video. We're going to walk you through my thoughts and decisions as I play in Fortnite Zero Build. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like some more, and comment down below which of the new Fortnitemares items are your favorite. My personal favorite has to be the new Ghostface knife. Also, if you guys would like to use my code in the shop when getting anything, it is EvolveJake, just like my channel name is, and it is underneath the webcam at all times. With the launch of the update, I wouldn't really have cared too much about the Ghostface knife, but Fortnite also recently vaulted the Shockwave hammer, and that opens up the other like kind of movement items to be a lot more viable. And there is a potential Ghostface booth right next to where I land, but it happened to not spawn this game. But when it spawns, it's right there, and I'm able to get it like immediately off the rip, and that's really nice. GG's burst pistol is actually so underrated. It's been very good and been underrated ever since it was added, but the update that added the Hollow Twister and the MK to this season also buffed the burst pistol. I forget exactly what they did, but I know one of the things was mag size increase, and the mag size has always been one of the kind of like main drawbacks of the weapon, and it now has, I think, 24. And use the extended mag boon on top of that, and you actually have like a solid magazine. Unfortunately, it's competing against red dot gun, so not a lot of people are going to want to use it, but it's very good. And I think if the Hollow Twister and the MK weren't added in, then the burst pistol would be like a top tier weapon for sure. Like it already is top tier now, but like it just would get to shine more, similar to what I was saying with like the Shockwave hammer being removed, opening the other mobility items up to being more viable. Is it human? Okay, it was. I thought that was an AI. Like, I played that so bad, but like I thought it was an AI, so I was just like not, you know, serious. The Wrecker Revolver was also nerfed, and that changes the game a lot. I kind of want to just continue healing. Also, things are not in the right spot. Thank you. Okay. I wanted to use the Scooby Snacks first, just because I thought he was landing on me. And so if I got interrupted on my heals, the Scooby Snack, like the way it works, it doesn't like full waste. But this guy's so weird. Hi. Yeah, the Wrecker Revolver got nerfed, and it is a very noticeable nerf, I think. I've not been the biggest fan of it the past few days, and I really don't know what I want to do between, like, kind of going back to double pump or double mobility with just a revolver, or double mobility with a sentinel pump. Like, the meta of the game is quite confusing now, I think. Just in terms of, like, the balance is quite good. There's a lot of different things that are viable, and so it's hard to decide when the update's only been out for a few days. But I do think that is a very, like, that's a sign of good balance in a game, I think, is when choices are hard to make. If it's just very easy to make choices and it's just definitive, like, yeah, this is the best thing, and you don't really feel like you're sacrificing anything, like, I feel like that's kind of bad. Also, with crash pads being back, it's not guaranteed that the OXR shop sells shockwaves anymore, because the OXR shops can sell either shockwaves or crash pads in its mobility slot. But while the crash pads were vaulted, it was just guaranteed shocks, which was really nice. Now it's just a chance for one or the other. Probably will still go there, though, in hopes that it's selling shockwaves. And even if it's not, we can get some more crash pads. Hit the pads over there. I don't really care that much about getting the bunkers at this point. There's also only one bunker that opens per game, but they swapped it back to the exotics rather than the mythics, and I really liked being able to get the mythic revolver. The exotics you can get are the SMG, the precision SMG, the Fury AR, the exotic slap fizz. No. Or the Wrecker Revolver, and I would like to have the Wrecker Revolver exotic, I think, but I'm also not too sure about it, because as I said, it did get nerfed, and one of the ways they nerfed it was reducing the damage. And the exotic already had lower base damage, and sometimes that lower base damage would kind of troll you if you just got like several shots in a row that were like slightly more than nothing. And I feel like that probably is going to be happening a bit more now with like the lower base damage being nerfed. But maybe that better hip fire rate can save it. The exotic rec revolver has always been like an interesting weapon, because it does have like pros and cons. Okay, we got shockwaves here. Perfect. I dropped my crash pads for the knife, but I was going to buy crash pads if that's what they had here. Like, I would rather have a full stack of crash pads than 2 shockwaves. And there is kind of like a movement trick with this knife. If you like jump and land in a slide, you can kind of chain that. But the problem with this is you are very susceptible to getting beamed, so it's not like you just do that and push people for free and like they have no say in it. But also it uses stamina, and so it's something that, you know, has drawbacks. But if you have a way to give yourself unlimited stamina, like the Scooby snacks like I have now, or the exotic slap fizz, then you can definitely travel around pretty quickly like that. And there are times where it's like a good thing to push people. Like right here, if he was like still behind that building, like it would have got me where I needed a little bit faster than just walking. Die. I doubt he had more shockwaves. Yeah, used them all. Unfortunate. Probably not the best to chase that, but I was like greedy for that kill. But using 2 shockwaves and losing my car, not great. And the durability on this knife, if you're just using it for movement, is like actually quite good. We're at 96 right now, and I used it a lot there. But now we have unlimited stamina from the Scooby snacks. You get this car. Someone's sniping over here. And the bunker opened over there as well, but it's so late. I'm so late on that it's like whatever. Whatever is like gonna have happened there is already done and dusted. Like one of the downsides of pulling up to a fight that you don't know anything about. I didn't know where the other guy was. I still don't really know where he is. He's over there, I think. Just broomed into that bush. Did he pad onto me? Pads. Not to me, though. I was going to wait to shoot him until he got closer, just so he, like, actually has to land on me. Because I hate fights like this. Also, a guy in the road over here I'm going to go kill real quick, and then we'll deal with the guy in the mountain, probably. Don't know, actually, this person's probably not real. Didn't want to get third-partied by them. Car's kind of weak. This does have a scanner, but the range on it is not that great. Like, you can't really use it just to check like all the area around you like you could with the vision pulse. But if you know where someone is already, or kind of where they are, and you're close enough, then the scan can be good. I don't know if he knows I got in this bush. He's like on this mountain. What did he do? Fizz jump? But see, the slash thing was kind of good right there. Like, it's not the most movement, but like when you need a little bit of movement in situations like that, it's like perfect. I'd rather have the shockwave hammer for sure, but like the shockwave hammer isn't in the loot pool now. So it is what it is. I got a refresh on shocks from him as well, which is really good. People fighting down at the dam. I think there was somebody else like at this building though earlier. Like hypothetically, if I knew there was somebody in that building, then like walking up to it and scanning would be good. Like that's like the type of situation where I feel like this low range scan is actually kind of useful. But the one we had in Super where you could just scan most of the area near you, obviously a lot better. But it was only a scanner item, whereas this is like a melee item, a scanner, and a movement item. Let me get out of this bush. The car pulling up. I'm gonna get on the shack and look towards it. Oh, he's leaving. Alrighty then. I kind of want to kill this guy that was on the mountain shooting at me, but it's like a weird fight to make happen. But his aim seemed like decent-ish. Oh, this guy's shooting at me now. But if he was like running down this way, then I would definitely try to fight him. Whenever I like know about somebody that has decent AR aim, I want to like fight them on my terms. Like I don't want to get third partied by somebody who has really good mid-range aim like that. Just hoping to maybe get better heals here. There's a new box of Scooby Snacks. Oh, he had the Fury AR. That's why that guy was like just floating in the air like that. I thought he like fizz jumped or something. But yeah. The Fury AR cost him. It's an AI. Shots over here. I think it might be that guy that was shooting me earlier from the mountain. First, they wait until I leave to fight. Is it a chainsaw? I'm pretty sure he just went into the bunker, but there's like nothing there, so he should be coming out soon. Like we just went in that bunker, there's really nothing worth having. There's also like none of the walls put up, so it's not like it'd take him much time to loot it at all. Third partying. I'm gonna get to this house if I can. He should have been landing up there. I don't know. Maybe he left. Don't want to be down here though. And I don't know if that's the guy from the mountain earlier because I never really got a look at his skin at all. And then this guy didn't get to shoot his gun at me. Like he just got timinged. And then has chainsaw and broom as his mobility, so he's a little more like chaseable. There's a guy in here, but remember there's no walls, so that's an AI. Nice drill. Alright. I thought they were going to be further back in. That was like a weird fight. There was shots like on the bridge when I was like coming back this way. Don't really know what happened to those people. But they would have known that we fought here as well. Fighting northeast. And then like there was still somebody behind me kind of when... like after I killed that man under the bridge. I think the fighting was down there. I don't want to drop down there for this. Rip, bro. Okay, nice. I was gonna say I can maybe shoot his cover out, but I don't like where I am, because if someone gets on top of that mountain, I just can't play the game versus them. Like, I want to be there for as little time as possible and then just get out. I don't know where the person is that Ghostface was fighting, but as I said, I just, like, where I was just standing, this is the angle somebody would have on it. Like, it's so bad. Three people left. Came up a zip. What are you doing, bro? Again, really don't want to be here. I think my AR needs to be loaded, but I'd rather deal with that when I'm in a safer place. And like moments like that, I feel like is where I really miss the shockwave hammer or the teleportation mask. Like pushing that, like the shockwave is just more movement than I need. And then also like getting back to safety. I don't want to like use a shockwave just to potentially get back to safety when there's not anybody pressuring me. But like the hammer and the mask were just so perfect for that, like, that mid amount of movement, but also being like reusable. But that is going to be it for this video. As always, if you guys did find this to be helpful, informative, or interesting, that was a weird end game, but as I said, that mountain just has free kills on anybody coming up that zip and ended up playing out that way. But if you enjoyed this, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.